There seem to be troubles in the Australian Republican movement, which in many ways one would say is a doomed Republican movement, given the chances of a republic are quite minimal. The Olympic champion and former Labor senator, Nova Peris, has just resigned as co-chair of the Australian Republican movement. It's in response to what she described as her fellow leader, Craig Foster's, inaccurate and divisive public intervention. Peris has been a prominent member of the Australian Republican movement since the unsuccessful referendum, found her position untenable after Foster's controversial open letter to FIFA and Football Australia, arguing that Australia support Israel's suspension from international football. She said she was no longer interested in the Republican movement, although this morning in The Australian she has told us how much she is interested in the Republican movement. When this was reported on 2GB, the compere Chris O'Keefe offered a tip to the Republican movement at the end of the interview. Don't waste your time. In the meantime, although Prime Minister Anthony Albanese claims to be a lifelong Republican and previously promised to put the question to a second referendum, his so-called Assistant Minister for the Republic, Matthew Thistlethwaite, this year, no doubt with Mr Albanese's approval, if not his instructions, described the so-called Republic as not a priority for the federal government. Since the 1999 referendum, I've believed that Australians have decided that this country will live, this was from 1999, under the reigns of Elizabeth II, Charles III, William V, and George VII. That is, for the rest of the 21st century. And this is basically because the establishment self-styled Republicans are unable or unwilling, or both, to offer a constitutional model superior to the present one. All I can say is, God save the King.